The secret, the law of attraction, positive thinking, all of these things are generally BS. And I'm going to tell you why in this video. I'm Jay Cartere from growonyoutube.com, teaching you how to be better at YouTube marketing, online business, and music production. And in this video, I want to talk about I believe it's a popular concept. I believe it's a very popular concept, but I think that this popular concept may be leading a lot of people astray, maybe leading them in the wrong direction, because it's a very big oversimplification. And I want to explain exactly how you can apply these concepts and get good results, and what you may be doing in applying these concepts that aren't getting you good results. Because I think that it's very easy for a lot of people to hear about the secret or positive thinking or the law of attraction and thinking that the universe is going to provide things for them. And it's very easy for people to, get in that, create a mood board, think positively and think about all the things that they want to do, and then, sit and watch Netflix or play COD for like 7 hours or whatever. So I want to break it down. I think that on the surface, believing that positive thoughts lead to positive results is, it makes sense. It makes sense. Technically it does, but I think that's a very, very oversimplification of the actual process that happens. Just having positive thoughts does not lead to anything at all. Doesn't lead to anything. It's not going to change anything in your life. You can sit around and think positive thoughts all day. It ain't going to change anything, yeah? That's just the real. It's not going to do anything for you. You need to actually take action. That is the big step. The reason why positive thoughts would lead to positive results is because when you think positively, it changes the way you approach things. It changes your perspective. It allows you to start seeing opportunities instead of problems. And once you start seeing opportunities instead of problems, you start taking opportunities instead of sitting around moaning about problems. So when you're doing that and you're consistently taking action towards what you actually want to do consistently, every single day you're doing this, moving towards what you want to achieve, then you will achieve it. That is how simple it is. That is what most people just don't do because they're lazy, then they can't be bothered. Or they try something for a few months, it doesn't get them exactly where they wanted to get to, and they get demotivated because it's not as easy as they thought it was going to be. This stuff is hard, very hard, not easy. Simple, not easy. Takes a lot of hard work, and you really just got to stick it out until it works. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that. So the reason why, positive thinking and the law of attraction and all this sort of stuff is just so bad, in my opinion, is because it gives some people false hope, because it's such an oversimplification, and it doesn't tell you, if you think positively, it's going to change the way you approach life. And then, if you take actions positively, then you're going to achieve something. They don't say that. That's not the main thing. It's, if you think positively, the universe is going to understand that you're thinking positively, and it's going to give you some beautiful, great stuff. And I call BS. I call big BS. Big BS. Super big BS. I don't believe that. I know that the universe don't care about you. It doesn't care about you. Well, in my opinion, if you're religious and you think you believe in God, or you're spiritual and you believe that the universe is doing something for you, then good for you, man. It's a good way to approach life, because then you make sense of the randomness that really is the realness of life. But I accept that life is what it is. Life is suffering, and life is just life, innit? It is just BS happens and you got to deal with it. Like, that's the case, innit? Universe doesn't care about you. Nothing happens for a reason. Everything just happens, and you can either make a reason out of it, or you can sit around and be upset about it. Like, that is what I personally believe. But I'm not saying you need to, jump on this wavelength with me. But this should give you some insight into why I don't believe the universe cares about you whatsoever. I believe that people in general are very self-important. They think that, we Humans are so important, cuz. So important. The world cares about humans. Oh my God. And I don't believe that. I just think that we struck gold. We've got the ability to reason. And when we've got the ability to reason, we also got the ability to think about dumb stuff like, are we the most important thing in the world? Which, who cares? I don't think you are. I don't think humans are. I think we're just animals that got the ability to reason. But this feels like it's gone on a tangent. Basically, if you want to achieve what you want to achieve, do you need to think positively? Yes. If you think negatively, you're not going to achieve what you want to achieve, because you're just going to be sitting around thinking that the whole world is against you and not seeing opportunities, because everything you see is going to become a problem. I've had many people around me in my life that acted this exact same way. Everything that they saw was a problem. If there wasn't a problem, they'd create a problem. And if there was a problem, then it was just a terrible problem, and that's just another excuse not to do stuff. And those people, would you guess it, not doing the stuff that they would like, not where they want to be in life. And that's just how it happens. That's just how it happens to you. That's how people get. If you know the song, you know the song. But basically, what you need to do, you need to think positively. And I'm not just talking about, you need to think, great stuff happens in the world. No, you need to understand that it is possible for you to achieve your dreams. That is the big first step. You need to understand that it's possible, because the big barrier that most people have is not understanding that it's even possible for them to get where they want to get to. So they don't do the work that gets them there, because it's like, what's the point of doing the work if it's not going to work out? And you do some work and you're unsure if it's possible and it doesn't work out. So then you just go even deeper into the thought that it must not be possible then. And that's what leads a lot of people to quitting, because they don't have that positive mindset that it's going to work out eventually if they just keep on doing it. So yes, you need that positive mindset. You need to believe that it's possible. You need to believe that you have the ability to make it happen for yourself. And another great thing that comes from thinking positively, a big mindset shift that I want to share with you right now, is that when you see a problem, instead of just seeing, this is the worst thing in the world, you see the silver lining, or you see the opportunity. And I really want you to start thinking like this. Like, when you see problems, start looking for the silver lining or looking for the opportunity. If you lose your job, instead of being like, oh no, I lost my job, worst thing in the world, I don't know who that helps. Who's that going to help in 30 minutes? No one. It's just you sitting around being upset for yourself, which does nothing, doesn't it? But if you was to be like, oh, wait, I just lost my job. Now I've got way more hours to dedicate on this. Now I've got the opportunity to, put all this time into working on this project. Now I'm able to pursue this other job or whatever. Like, do you see the big mindset shift? Because it's not just the thought that changes the outcome from that specific initial problem. It's the actions that you take from that thought existing. So let me explain a little deeper. So as I said, let's say you lost your job. If you say, I just lost my job, man, it's terrible. Like, what's happening to me? Why does this happen to me? And you sit around thinking about that, what's that going to do for you? Nothing at all. But if you start thinking, well, I lost my job, what does this mean? This means that I now have, 16 more hours per week. I don't know how many hours people work. Let's say I've got like 28 more hours per week to work on the thing that I actually want to work on. Now you can actually focus on making that something that works for you. Or you could be like, now I can go get a job that I enjoy. Now you can focus on actually going and doing that, instead of just wasting time in self-pity, which, we're all guilty of. We're all guilty of that from time to time. You just need to make sure that when you do wallow in self-pity, you do it for less than 10 minutes and you keep it moving, because any more than that, you're wasting your life away. Like, you really are wasting your life away. It ain't gonna do much for you. Like, sitting around being upset really ain't gonna do much for you. So when you start looking at problems as opportunities, you start getting opportunities. You start pursuing opportunities. You start moving closer and closer to the life that you actually want to live. And that's how you get there. And then some people, they just, they simplify it down to, it was the positive thoughts that got me there. No, it wasn't. It was the work. It was the work. Of course, the positive thoughts you wouldn't have done the work without the positive thoughts, because you would have just thought that it wasn't possible. So that is a very legitimate concern, a legitimate statement. You do need to be positive. You do need to change your mindset. That's why I'm making these videos. That's why I want to talk more about mindset. Not because I want to be a woo-woo motivational coach at all. That's not me. But I just want to open your mind up to the different ways of approaching life. Like, I believe, well, let me not say I believe. I was listening to a podcast, a philosophy podcast, Philosophize This. I think I've mentioned it in these videos before. And I believe there was an episode where he was basically talking about a philosophical point of view that takes the position that nothing is good or bad. The things that happen to you aren't good or bad. And you don't know whether they're good or bad. Because let's say you lost your job. You would look at that, in this situation, you'd probably look at that as an objectively bad thing. But in terms of the universe, it's neither good or bad. And you might not even know whether that is actually good or bad for you. Let's say you lost your job today, and in 5 years you was running your own business and everything was hunky-dory. You was doing what you love for a living. Now, when you look back on you losing your job, you won't say that it was a bad thing. You'd say it was a good thing, because now you have hindsight, and now you have the experience, and now you're able to, have more context on that thing happening to you. So I think we need to take a step back when things happen to us. Instead of thinking immediately like this is a bad thing or immediately this is a good thing, maybe just, let it happen. Just, see what goes on in it. See what happens and try and make the most out of the situation regardless. And when you do that, and you're always looking for the silver lining, you're always looking for the positives instead of harping on the negatives, which is what most people do, and it's a waste of your time and a waste of your energy, and it's just going to make you perceive that more negative things are happening in your life. Like, it's not necessarily going to lead to more negative things happening, but you're going to feel and think that more negative things are happening the more negatively you think. You're just going to see the negative stuff everywhere. When you think positively, you see the positive stuff everywhere. You see the opportunities everywhere. You see the silver linings everywhere, because you change the way the fundamental way that you look at the world, that you perceive things. And that is so important, and that's where I want to get you. I want to get you to that mindset shift. Yes, you should be thinking positively. Yes. But don't believe that just thinking positively is going to do all the work for you. Do not believe that having a mood board on your wall that you see every day and don't act towards is going to do anything. No, you need to take the action. And action starts with belief. It starts with belief, and it starts with the thoughts. So I understand the positive thoughts are necessary. But if you just treat it like positive thoughts and then, equals profit like the underpants gnomes, it's not going to work out for you, man. You can't just have positive thoughts, second step, question mark, third step, profit. That's not the way it works. You got to have the action. You got to know the second step, and you got to move forward very, very strategically and consistently, and you got to just keep on moving. I hope this gave you some more insight, and I hope it stopped you from falling down that rabbit hole of just assuming that good things are going to happen to you because you think, good things should happen to you or will happen to you or anything like that. I hope I can get you into understanding that it takes a lot of hard work to achieve what you want to achieve. It takes a lot. And if you aren't willing to do that hard work, then it's not going to happen for you. It's not. It doesn't matter how much you sit around and think positively. It doesn't matter how many mood boards you create. It doesn't matter how much you beg the universe or pray to the universe or anything. It's just not going to happen to you without the hard work. And, someone's drilling, so let's end this video. If you want to learn about the 5 most important steps to YouTube success, link in the description. Go through that course. You'll also be added to my email list, which is probably even more valuable because I'm dropping daily gems on your daily knowledge bombs and giving you the insight into, my life, giving you some stories from what I'm doing and helping you reach your goals and getting you where you want to be, because bruv, like, being able to do what you want for a living is amazing. Like, I love being able to do that, and I want to share that with you as well. And yeah, join the email list, join the free course, and do not believe that positive thoughts will just automatically lead you to success. You need to understand that you got to do the hard work. And if you're someone who you really wanted to believe in the secret because you're a lazy bastard, sorry I burst your bubble, cuz. Sorry I burst your bubble. But, you know, lazy people are going to lazy, innit? That's just the way it works. Peace out. I'll see you in the next video.